Barakatha Yahweh. Pardon me. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone with true well. Salutations to the whole for the elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Sorry. Having a hard time breathing. I have the pre-shaman. This one's going to be entitled Projected Elected President. And the inspiration for the show comes from the fact that, technically speaking, from a legal standpoint, Joe Biden is not the president or officially the elected president of the United States. He is still the projected elected president of the United States. And the reason I'm bringing that up is right now everybody is celebrating his victory. When I say everybody, I mean like whoever voted for this guy, right? Is celebrating his victory. The mass media, which is leaning towards him, is also labeling him the victor, right? And it started with AP, Associated Press, declaring Biden the victor, and then all the, CNN, MSNBC, even Fox, which Fox was once right-wing leaning, and some of his hosts still are, but you can see, I did a lesson talking about Rupert Murdoch owning Fox. Well, his son took over, and his son's a liberal. So you see in that most mainstream news, and I like to listen to both sides to get facts out of each side, right? Now, instead of listening to Fox to see what the left is doing and stuff like that, I gotta go to news sources like Newsmax, to get information on both sides. And this dude, Al Gore, was once president for 37 days till George Bush consented it back in 2000. So we're seeing nothing different. However, the elites are showing, again, the war on elites. They're not in one accord. The war on elites is showing which ones are leaning towards Joe Biden. Countries such as Germany, Boris Johnson, Benjamin Netanyahu supports Joe Biden. So it shows you that these elites, man, they use and abuse each other. And this is very similar, I feel, to how Rome was. You know how, they betrayed, let's use Caesar as an example, but Julius Caesar is one example, but throughout history, these Edomites have constantly been warring with each other for power. Scriptures tell you that the feet of this Edomite rulership, the head starting with Alexander and the feet ending with the Russians, that's Esau against Esau. Okay? Because Genesis tells us in the 27th chapter that this man's blessing is the sword. He's gonna have to defeat himself with his own blessing, right? Because Jay can't rise up against this man. The Most High is gonna have to use his son, all right, and the Most High, because the scripture said the deceived and the deceived are his, is going to have this man war against himself, all right, in a thermonuclear battle. Okay, how many of you Jakes out there got thermonuclear weapons on hand? Exactly. And if the Supreme Court, which is mostly red, rules in Trump's favor, that will cause massive, immediate unrest. Civil unrest here in America and global, because one thing that Trump is known for is, as Apostle Tahar says at the end of camp, he's known for going off script, right? This guy fired John Bolton. We know John Bolton is a Zionist warmonger. He got him out of there, but he still kept Mike Pompeo. And in John Bolton's book, one thing John Bolton mentioned was Trump has the tendency to hire people that hate each other, so he could get secrets out of them. You know what I'm saying? That's a tactic My former boss did. He's a business owner as well. He'll pair people together that don't like each other, so they'll rat back to him. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like Trump did that same approach. So if even the ones that were allied with Trump, such as I believe Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, are showing who they really allied with, because they're telling this guy to concede. So right now, this guy's doing a lot of deep thinking, right? Planning. He can't say shit on Twitter no more. All his tweets are being banned because he's not the projected elected president by the mainstream media. So, man, if the Mossad has that switch happens, a lot of shit is going to get stirred up. And the Mossad's been brewing controversies and wars and tumults for a very long time here in America, man. The apostles have been prophesying this thing. Now, if all these things go according to plan, let's talk about some of the prophetic stuff that Biden have in place. Got to start with the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, which you read about in Revelation, the 13th chapter. He said years ago in 2005, he will rule on that. All right, Joe Biden himself said that. Also, censorship. He's pro big tech, and pretty much Trump was going at big tech platforms such as Twitter and Facebook because they call themselves platforms but act as publishers. To simplify it, picture going to a library. You're trying to publish your book in a library. The library is a platform for your book. The library doesn't have the right to tell you what you can and can't put in this book, because that's not their duty. They're a platform. The moment they tamper with your book, they are now eligible to be sued. You know? So when the dust is settled and clear, and Biden, you know what I'm saying, Biden is to do whatever, expect that. What's that gonna fulfill? Romans the 8th chapter and the 11th verse, man. All right, they doing not only are they doing censoring whatever you say, they also have you thought centering yourself, thinking before you speak, in the form of being politically correct. All right, this is what you call a neoliberal outlook. Why is it called a neoliberal? Neo means like a new liberal, because in the 60s, the liberals, their whole thing was you had the right to say and do whatever you want, be as free as you want, be as liberal as you want. Now you have the neoliberal, which is being about all politically correct. You know, just like how you have the neoconservative, which is more pro-war, as to the old conservatives, which were anti-war, starting with George Bush. So these things flip-flop throughout time. So you're looking at the RFID microchip with a Biden policy. You're looking at a Amos 8-11 situation going on, where big tech will have more rights to censorship. You're looking at, of course, more wars. You know, Obama gave us 7, and this is pretty much Obama's 3rd term. So you're looking at more tumults over there in the Middle East. All right? It doesn't matter who's in office. If Israel wants America to go to war, America's going to go to war over there. All right? So you're looking at that now. And if the Supreme Court Justice, which is Republican again, sort of vetoed these actions that were done, because there was, quote-unquote, election fraud. There was election tamper. There's no way Joe Biden got the most votes in U.S. history, man. Because that would be more votes than Obama in 2008. And this guy's not more popular than Obama was in 2008. You know? I mean, you also had dead people voting for this guy. So, if they put that guy in, this guy, the Mossad could put the spirit on this dude Trump to be some Julius Caesar type, where he's just going at his own people, going at everybody. As this dude Ryan Dawson said in one of his lessons, man. All right? So, either way, this thing plays out, expect riots, expect civil unrest, expect division, and expect the downfall of the society, man. So that's why I just want to put that out there. He's still the projected president-elect. He's still not the official president. So with that in mind, as watchmen and being circumspect, and as the priest Shamal is actually saying at camp, we can't be like in our own bubbles where we're only concerned about what's going on around us. We have to be in tune with everything. As the scriptures say, be circumspect. You know? And Revelations 3:18, have the eyesight, because that's, to me, that's setting up an angle. that's setting up a situation right there where they could have these people losing. Because look at all these people celebrating. Imagine they said, "Wait a minute, we did the recount. Trump is still in there." That will cause a lot of people. Them Antifa, the BLM, all George Soros funded, Amazon funded, Nike funded, crisis agent provocateurs. Shit could go ape shit, man. And I'm not ruling out the possibility of the Trump militia also going ape shit, which could also be orchestrated, man. Yo, Revelations 3 and 18 had the eye salve. A lot is going on. This dude is not officially yet in there. Alright, so I'm just throwing that out there too. A possible scenario where they do the recount just like they did it before. They did it before in 2000. Al Gore, 37 days he was the elected president-elect. Alright? He conceded, then he tried to bring his shit back, and anyways, ultimately Bush got up in there. Let's see how these elites try to play the scenario, man. Man, I also want to close out with the apostle said, man, everything is a fucking psyop, man. Don't trust shit you see on TV. Don't trust, man, you just gotta just trust in these scriptures, man, because this is a lot of Wizard of Oz, smoke and mirrors, left hand distraction. A lot of that shit is happening in these times, man. Just gotta remain diligent and teach this word. Alright, that was a quick one, Akim. And we gotta be circumspect. Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders. Shalom, Akim.